Hello.
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
This is Greg.
It's Thursday? You're watching The Den. This week's topic, book reviews. This week on The Den, we're doing book reviews. And I decided to do something a little bit different. When I was a kid growing up, my favorite thing to read about was superheroes. I like super fiction, comic books, stuff like that. And a lot of kids' books that were written back then, like the Goosebumps series and a lot of other books that involved kids in them, weren't really relatable to me. Being a closeted little gay kid growing up like a weirdo and not knowing, like, understanding how I feel. But a lot of books have come out recently that, although maybe written for younger readers, it's very interesting that they have these books. The first book I'm particularly going to talk about, the screen's a little bright, I'm not sure if you can see it, is the book by Perry Moore called Hero. And Hero is summarized as a young teenager who is just coming to grips with his sexuality, now has to come to grips with the fact that he has super abilities and doesn't know the extent of them or what to do. And he's trying to live up to his father ex-hero's legacy and the turmoils that come with that. But I think it's really great that as a child I would have been very much relating to this book, and it would have empowered me. I would have felt amazing to see that someone out there like knows that a person like me exists, and it would have been awesome. So I definitely say this is a book that deserves a look. It is Hero by Perry Moore. Well, our next book gets a lot more adult. This one is actually a series written called How to Kill a Superhero, and it's written by Pablo Green. This one, I've never in my life would have thought that this would be the coolest direction that it would go. I never envisioned this. Luckily, there are awesome writers like Pablo Green putting out stuff like this. To Kill a Superhero is an awesome story about a guy who is drawn into the world of gay bondage and S&M, and in that world discovers that he's developing super abilities and ends up having to take on a lot of these problems that are arising that only his abilities can help with. But it's not all perfect comic book world, because the FBI goes after him and he gets on the run, and it's a classic super tale, but it also deals a lot with themes within the gay leather and bondage scene, and it's very adult, and it's a very good read. And the best part of it all is that if you go to the official website for it, down here in the corner, you can read the first chapter of the first chapter, which is the first book, World Without Light. I'm telling you, this is great stuff. I always say support, our LGBTI artists and things of that they're doing. This right here is wonderful. Big support of the NYC superheroes like fetish lycra scene, which is there's actually a scene down in New York. It's kind of a mix of sports and superhero fetish and spandex, and these guys are a big support of it. There's a bunch of different chapters and things you can try out right here on the website. It gives you a lot of it's fun. I mean, I'm kind of stumbling over my words here because I don't know how I'm kind of gushing about this book because I really like how it comes off, and it's definitely great that it meets it's a definite addition to my book's worth a look for this episode. For those of you who are big fans of Walking Dead, the comic book, or the series, this book, Ex Heroes, is actually pretty cool because it's kind of like the Avengers meets Walking Dead. It's about a super team a year after a zombie apocalypse hits, and they have to protect the last few survivors who are in LA in a movie studio turned like barricaded fortress called the Mount. Then they also throw in other factors besides the human hero and zombie factor. They actually throw in the fact that there's another powerful team out there who's gaining ground and gaining power. So this is actually a very cool take. It's by Peter Clines, and if you want to check it out, it's called Ex Heroes. I'm actually kind of halfway through it. I was trying to skim as fast as I could, just for the sake of this video, but It's really great. It's a lot of action. It's very, very cool to see that although you're a superhero, the complete breakdown of the society you are protecting, no amount of superpowers is going to help you on that. I highly recommend this book that you take a look. It's very cool. It's an exciting, fresh idea, and it's not Marvel Zombies. And my last book that I really want to talk about is the favorite one that I'm currently just kind of skimmed a little bit of. But a lot of these I have them on my tablet, so it's like I'm reading a bunch of them at once. But this one is very cool. It's by Chris Strange, and it is called Don't Be a Hero. And it's actually pretty cool because it's a gritty, realistic sort of crime-ridden city take like Watchmen, but the heroes have the metahuman society has been basically banned. It's kind of that old story. Humans get very scared of their of the superhero community and start to take back, like telling metahumans they're dangerous, and something happens to where a villain tries to take over, and the way it's written, it's good old fashioned like superhero reading. I would definitely check it out. There's a lot of parallels to a lot of the old stories. You know, the society can't handle the superheroes, so they do away with them. They make laws against them, and now the ones that are still operating are not only being chased by the cops, but also being, having to fight these criminals. And that always kind of adds a sense of once you do the deed, you got to escape. And I kind of like that. The reality where superheroes are kind of standing around talking to the cops after a simple bust it's not realistic. It's, if you want to do a realistic take and you want to do what these guys did, they built a lush, cool world. Chris Strange has this huge universe that he shoved into this little novel, and as you're reading through it, it's very cool and filled with lots of activity, and I like the characters, well thought out heroes, things of that nature, and the big bad that everybody has to go after to kind of save everybody is it's believable, and you guys should definitely check this one out. It's Chris Strange, and it's called Don't Be a Hero. That's all I have time for you this week. Tune in for the rest of the weekend as the Den Boys bring you their book reviews. And as always, leave your comments and helpful suggestions and all of your love down in the crotch.